Alright, so in this video we're going to be looking at how you can create your advertorial page, or how you can design your advertorial page or set it up. During our registration, when you are signing up for your Lazycom account, it shows a funnel, right? Now that funnel will be pre-populated for you. So if we head over to where it says funnel and go to flows, you can see right here that this was the funnel that we selected during our account registration. So I'm just going to click into the flow to see the steps that we have in there. Great. So now you can see that we have some multiple steps. We have an opt-in step, we have the bridge, we have the sales page, we have the checkout, we have the thank you. But for what we are creating, we won't need the opt-in step. So both of them, we are just going to go ahead and delete this. I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to delete the second one as well. So I'm also going to delete this. Great. Another thing you can decide to do is to rename it. So I'm just going to rename this to test flow. Okay, click on save. Now when you look at here that says bridge page, okay, now that's going to be our advertorial page. So what I'm going to do is to go ahead and rename this and say advertorial page. Okay, and of course if you go to settings, you can decide to change the slug, right, to something shorter. So you can, depending on what you're doing, you can change that to anything you want. And just as we've talked about before, now when you go back to where it says design, you can click on edit design, and it's going to take you to the builder. All right, so it's showing this because we changed the slug. Okay, so what we can do is to just go ahead and just going to refresh that page. Okay, and we can just even go ahead and preview it from here, and that should take us to the page itself. And by the way, if you're wondering, this is what I clicked on to take me to the page. Now you can see that this page is already done. Okay, so it is already done, and all you need to do is to edit the page, the content, to suit whatever it is that you have. All right, remember that when we talked about the elements of your advertorial page, you need to read the person that published it, when it was published. Those are some of the things that you need to have on this page. Okay, so if I go ahead and click on the LZ builder, so if I click on the LZ builder, it's going to take me to the page itself, and I can start editing the content of this page. So this is inside of the builder, and right here you can see this is the logo. You can click on it, and you can remove this logo, right, and decide to select any other logo that you have inside, that you've designed or anywhere. All right, so I'm just going to select this one and just and add that to it. Of course, if you're adding a logo, it should be something that is transparent. Okay, so I'm just going to do a few edits right here. So this is the logo I've chosen, and of course if you want to reduce the size, just go to style and just drag here like so. And of course you can also, I'm just going to click on save. Now when you hover on any section, you can see the background section, and of course the different elements or the columns, just like we did with Elementor, right? The thing is, page builders, they are actually similar with a little bit difference here and there. Just like Elementor, the LZ builder is a drag and drop builder. Okay, So, and the beautiful thing about this LZ Builder is that as you're making any changes, it's being saved automatically, right? So it's not like Elementor that you always have to be clicking on save or update so that your changes can be saved in case of anything happens, your laptop goes off, something just happened, then you lose all of the edits that you made. It doesn't happen with Lazycom and the LZ Builder because your changes will be saved automatically. All right. So I'm not going to go ahead. I'm going to click on this. This is a row, like a background section that we have on Elementor. So I'm going to click on settings, and on the style we can change the background color. So you can see the background color. I'm just going to change the background color to say white, like so. You can see, right? And this, of course, this is going to be the headline of your article or your advertorial, right? And here, this is of course the headline. Let's just go ahead and change the font. So clicking on it, you can see this window dialog that's open, and click on fonts right here, and we can change this to just type any font that you want, but you can see my preferred font is already there, so I'm just going to change it to Montserrat, and I'm going to change the color here to black, and I'm going to click on save, and you can see the change has been saved. And you see up here, you can see the saving of any change that you do happens. Okay, so once you're done with your entire edit, you can now click on done. All right, but while you're editing, just go ahead and edit. So I'm going to click on the row settings to change the background to white as well. So this is the style. I'm just going to scroll down. Like I told you guys, the more you use any of these things, the better you become at using them. Okay, so you can see it saved right there. I'm just going to go ahead and just reduce the size of this a little bit. You can see how you can reduce the size. Click on save, right? That will be saved and it will be automatically saved. And this 5 minutes read, I can change the color to black, kind of grayish kind of black. Okay, and click on save. So you can see right here, published by this. Another thing you could do is also add the date. Okay, so right here, if you go to general and see it here, we can say this is 6 November 2023, right? And we can move this to the next, it should just be below it. Okay, so we can have that done right there. Okay, and we can even make it, can even italicize it to make it look a little bit different, right? So we can also have that done, or we can have it right here as well. Okay, so we can make a few changes here and say, all right, published, see, like so. And we can add some, go to advanced and add some spacing or margin, all right, to make it center it a little bit, just like that. And we have that done. Now the other thing that you might want to do is probably add an image at the top here. Okay, all you need to do if you want to bring any elements is click on this plus sign at the top here, and you can search. Okay, so let's say I need an image. You can see different types of image that you can make use of. You can also say search photo, so you can see different type of image again, but I'm going to just use a basic one, right, and just drag it into the canvas and go to general, and I'm going to click on select image, and I can bring in any image that I want. I'm just going to pause and just upload an image, but if you want to upload, just click on upload here and click on select file, and you select the file from anywhere you have it in your computer or device. All right, so you can see I've uploaded this image, and I'm just going to click on select photo, and that image will be added to my design. I just have to go ahead and click on save, and it will be saved. Okay, all I just need to do is click on anything, and I can edit the content. Right, I can edit the content, click on save. Anything I want to do, just basically click right and edit. Okay, that's how you can work on your advertorial page here, right? And of course, for instance, you want to bring in a testimonial section. All you need to do is go ahead and click on this plus and click on search and say testimonial, and you can see right here we have a testimonial element. Okay, and you can have it dragged into your canvas. Okay, and all you need to do is go to items. You can decide to add your testimonials. Okay, let me see. Let's just go and just add some. So I'm just going to add some dummy tests, okay, as testimonial right here. Right, so that's the test. And another thing you can decide to do is, if you want to add, let's say, an image of the author, image of the author, you can click on add media like so. Right, and click on that, add, click on it, and you can decide to drag to make it look a little bit better that way, and click on save. Okay, let's just add say Rashidat, okay, Lagos, something like that, and click on save. Right, then of course we can go to style and make a whole lot of changes, like text color. We want it to be white. The font type, we can choose the font type and can say, okay, just make it normal. The size we can do 15 or 16. All right, you can always drag like so. What else do we need to do? Want to add dots, so if you have multiple testimonials, if you want to do that, you want to just layer them, you can do that as well. You want to have dots like these dots, if you're having a slider to the testimonials to just be sliding, right? Or you can decide to say no, and that dot will be off. And there are other styling you can decide to have. Okay, you can see spacing, you can just have decoration, lots of stuff that you can decide to explore and work on. Layout, you can say compact, depending on what your preference. Okay, and it's things will just be changing as you make your changes, and you're going to be seeing them on your canvas, and you can edit to suit what what works for you. You understand? So this is the slide, okay? And items, so you can decide to add multiple testimonials, okay? Add multiple testimonials, and you can work on the slider and say, the number, the delay. We can say delay should be 2 seconds, 4 seconds. So it depends. So the sliding will be happening every 2 seconds. You can see how it's working there now. Okay, it's working right here. So we can decide to also can go to advanced. Let's see, style. Okay, all right, so that is it. Anything you want to work on, you can always just click here and drag it into your canvas. Okay, and once you're done with your entire design, all right, once you're done with your entire design, just go ahead and click on done and click on, this is when you finish working. All right, when you're finished working, click on done and click on publish, and this your design will be published. Okay, so you can see that the design will be published and your work will now be visible. Okay, so this is how you can work on your advertorial page. In the next video, we're going to look at how we can work on the product page.